On this special Black Friday episode of System Integrators Weekly, we've got the scoop on some exclusive deals that have been embargoed until today. All that and more on this episode of System Integrators Weekly.
Let's go, nerds!
Hello everyone, I am Brayathorn. Welcome to System Integrators Weekly. Now historically, if you were here last year, I'm not really that big of a fan of Black Friday. Generally, it's a chance for retailers to get rid of stock that they haven't been able to otherwise sell, and you'll see some of that too. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing in this case, but this time, with the fact that I talked to a lot of these system integrators directly, I have some exclusive sneak peeks as to what they're gonna have for their Black Friday sales. And when I say exclusive, I mean I was embargoed. I couldn't talk about them until today. So there's some really crazy deals coming around this Friday. And you're not gonna wanna miss it. Even some sneak peeks all the way to next Cyber Monday. Now, one thing I'm gonna do to make this extra special this year is on Thursday night, although I know it is Thanksgiving. I'm not big on Thanksgiving myself. It's kind of a mixed messages kind of holiday, historically anyway. But family and talking about what you're thankful for is awesome and everything, But we generally will eat some, we'll have our Thanksgiving dinner during the day, and in the evening it's just whatever. So I am going to be streaming here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Central Time to go over some of these deals, some of these that I might have to skip tonight to not show. It's going to be an amazing stream. I want you guys here. So yes, the Thursday stream is not going to be on Twitch over at twitch.tv/Brayathorn. I will be streaming there Tuesday, but I'm not probably going to have everybody wait. I'm not going to recommend anybody buy something before Black Friday because it's a few days from that. But anyway, come here Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, for the big Black Friday stream on that Thursday, and I'll have even more information because not every system integrator could get their information to me just yet. So before we get into that, I want to let you know that this video is sponsored by VIP CDK Deals.
Let me show you guys how it works. Check this out. So this, of course, is VIP CDK Deals. My recommendation is to just go to the links in the description and just click on that because it takes you right to it. However, if you do go directly to vip-cdkdeals.com and you go right here, you just type in Windows. There we go. There are the different versions that you can get. Now, I need to actually get Windows 11 Pro. That is what was installed. So basically, you search Windows, you grab this one right here, if that's the one that you've got, and then here we go. But if we hit Buy Now, it's gonna add it to your cart. But it is currently $31.60 to get Windows 11. If you're doing DIY stuff, you can install Windows 10, which is cheaper. It comes up to 15, 16 bucks with my discount added on. And then you can just get the free upgrade to Windows 11. So just get Windows 10 Pro and then do the free upgrade if you want. So with this, we do BRAE25, bam. Brings it from $31.60 to $22.12 for an OEM copy of Windows 11 Pro. I have used several of these keys on several systems and I've never had an issue. Okay, and then once you've made your purchase, you can go to View Keys/Codes, and right here you see my Windows 11 Pro key right there. So I take a look at the code. Now, quick way to get to your activation settings. All right, you can right click on the Windows button right there, and then go to Settings. Or you can actually go to Search and start typing in activation, and it'll just bring it right up right there. Change our product key right here and just paste it in. And there we go. Windows is activated, I'm good to go. If you have any issues with your key and you know that you have the right key for your operating system, just go ahead and send an email to their customer service and they'll get you fixed up. Out of all the time that I've had these guys sponsoring the channel, I've only heard of it happening twice to 2 different members of the community, and there's a lot more people than that who have purchased from CDK Deals. So thank you, VIP CDK Deals, for continuing to support the channel. Y'all are one of the reasons I've been able to go on some of these trips to PAX West, PAX East, DreamHack Dallas, and TwitchCon. Thank you so much for all the support. I appreciate you guys. And let's move on to the rest of the video.
Now, I want to go over a couple things with you guys before we get into these deals that are really important for you to know, okay? Now, these are limited supply on most of them. That's just how Black Friday is. This is nothing new. If you've ever been to, especially if you've ever worked retail, but you understand how Black Friday is. There's these deals, and once they're gone, and there's other things that you can look at that aren't quite doorbusters. But let me tell you, there's a lot of deals to get excited about. And I'm not just talking about older hardware, though. Let's keep in mind, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Older hardware is not bad hardware. When I try to push you guys to go, you know what, don't get the 5000 series Ryzen, get the newer stuff, or get Intel or whatever, that doesn't make that stuff any slower. It's still very good performance. And especially if you're looking at value per dollar, performance per dollar. So as we look through these, try to keep that in mind. Now, for some of these, I actually do have a discount code that goes beyond what the Black Friday savings are right here. But these deals are subject to change. These are sneak peeks that I was given, though they're very specific, telling me that you have to prepare your supplies. You have to make sure that you have everything you need to actually be able to sell these. It's not like this is last minute stuff that was just sent to me on a whim. These are actually the plans that some of these companies have for Black Friday. But we're going to cover the biggest two first, which are the ones where they sent me a whole list of deals. I put it all together, collated everything into a spreadsheet. We're going to take a look at that. Looking at this, you can kind of see how I organize stuff. I've got iBUYPOWER. Over to the right, I've got Skytech. And I separated them by the type of system that it is. So with iBUYPOWER, you have your ready systems and your configurators, okay? And then, of course, we have HYTE down here, who also has their own Black Friday deals. These are Black Friday only. And they will also be on at this price on Cyber Monday if supplies last through Cyber Monday. There is a $100 off code for any ready system that is over $2,000. That is ready RDY 100. And a $50 off code RDY for any system over $1,000. And also, some of these systems have an additional Amazon gift card while supplies last also. So let's take a look at the first few here. So we got 3 systems here. And I'm not going to say the names because they're unpronounceable, but they are 3 ready systems in the Slate Hako case, the first 2, and then the Slate Mono. So right here, you've got the 12400F and the 3060 for $1149. It's a good deal. Plus, you can use the $50 off coupon because it's over $1,000. And then here we have the 5600X and the 3060 Ti. Now, this is a slower processor, but a faster GPU. So if you're gaming only, this is going to be, well, actually, the 12400F and the 5600X kind of trade blows. So either one is going to be good, but this one's going to be a bit more and have better GPU performance. And that one's going to be at $1299, down from $1349, with another $50 off if you use code RDY at checkout. And then the i7 12700F and the 3060 for $1289 with $50 off right there. And so that's going to be $110 off right there, plus another $50. Good deal. So, of course, we can take a look at these, and let's do that. Let's actually look at one of these. So this one's in the Slate Hako case, and I did a review of a system in this case where I showed that the front panel wasn't really hurting the CPU cooling as much as it was hurting the GPU cooling. Pull that front panel off, and you still have dust filtration on a magnetic dust filter in the front. You just don't have to use the glass front panel. It is removable, not like the old, the NZXT H510, where that's just like permanently attached. You can actually remove this and get better airflow that way, because that is just intake on the side here that has kind of double filtration going on, which is not usually good. And with this one, let's actually look at the cooler we've got here, because it might be different from the picture. Nope, it's just the CPU fan and heatsink. So pretty much indicative of what you see here. One thing to know about these kinds of deals, you can't customize this. There's no customizing it. There's no changing the case, no changing the cooler, no changing the motherboard. Like if you want to stream, fairly certain this is not going to be a higher end motherboard or even a mid-tier motherboard where you're going to have more I/O on the back so you can plug in all of your streaming devices and stuff. This is going to be a 1080p gaming machine, maybe some 1440p as well, for $1149, and then actually about $1,099 plus tax and stuff, and if you use code RDY. And that's going to go as well for this system right after it. Same case, same story. Okay, so if you find that you're having any temperature issues, pull off that front panel. I actually show you in the review how to do it, which I'll link up here if you want to check that out. Okay, now we're starting to get into 13th gen Intel systems here, where the stuff gets really exciting. So right here, we have another one in the Slate Hako case. same front panel, all that, but with a 13700 KF and a 3070. And this one's running $1599 for Black Friday. And you can get an additional $50 off with code RDY. But this one here, 13700 KF and a 3080, is running $1999, and you can use code RDY100 to get $100 off. That means this thing is going to be $1,900 for a 13700 KF and a 3080 system. However, I will say you're getting into some really hot running components with some not very effective airflow. That's something you really need to consider. Just remember that front panel probably needs to come off at this point in order to effectively cool those components when they're really under load. For normal use, they're going to be fine with the front panel, totally fine. Another thing to consider is that it says right here, the graphics card will be shipped uninstalled. Click here to view PDF instructions. Now, this is something they've switched over to in order to make sure that they're not getting, the stuff isn't, you're not damaging the PCIe slot or the GPU during shipping. Installing a GPU is one of the easiest things you'll ever do in a PC, and they provide instructions, and you can get help from customer service and tech support if you need any. It's really not going to be very difficult at all. Now, this system has other benefits too. A 2 terabyte M.2 drive right there instead of a 1 terabyte. It is a Z690 motherboard to actually complement that K SKU right here, 13700 KF. This processor is crazy. I wish it didn't have the F, but it seems like most ready systems, or all ready systems that have any kind of Intel processor, get the F SKU because it saves iBUYPOWER a little bit of money. One thing I do want to mention about the power supply in this system here, though, with the 13700 KF and the 3080, is that it's a 750 watt power supply. Now, that was fine and recommended by NVIDIA back when the 3080 launched 2 years ago, before even Alder Lake or 12th gen Intel had launched. And now we have Raptor Lake, which is suitably more aggressive when it comes to power draw. It seriously, very, very power hungry CPUs. So I would probably want at least an extra 100 watts of overhead here. It should run fine most of the time. I mean, you're rarely going to use 750 watts or more than that necessarily. Maybe for matters of microseconds when you hit those transient power spikes. You see, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Maybe consider, with the savings that you get from the system, getting yourself a power supply replacement and having this one as a backup in case you do need to swap it out or you want to use it for another system. These systems here are where you start to get into the really top of the line stuff. Okay, now this one I like a lot. I like this one a lot. It just, if you're not going to be doing something like content creation, coding, running SolidWorks, things like that, which honestly you'd want a 4090 for that probably. That's what these are going to be for. But yeah, if you're not going to be doing a whole lot with your PC other than gaming, the 13900 KF is just going to cause more power draw and heat in your system. But however, the good thing is this is in the Y60 case, which has much better cooling than the Slate Hako case. The problem is I can't show you these systems because these links don't work yet. They're in there and it shows their intentions, but none of these 3 links work yet. But the Y60 case was Gamers Nexus's case of the year for 2022, which is a huge deal. And still, again, congrats to you guys over at HYTE. That's awesome. So you're getting a really good case with this. So yeah, I can't see what power supplies are in these systems. And when you're talking about a system, if you look at these 2 right here, in the InWin 305 case, which is a pretty rad, it's a pretty cool case. It is a cool case. You have the i9 13900 KF and the 4090 for $3699 plus an additional $100 off, minus an additional $100 off. Anyway, and then the Ryzen 9 7950X and 4090 for $100 more. Now that's going to be mostly because of the, I don't know if this has DDR4 in this system right here or DDR5, but we know that for the 7000 series Ryzen processor, you have to go DDR5. That could be where the extra cost is, but also their motherboards are just, I don't know. I can't tell because the links aren't working. If you pay attention to benchmarks and reviews, independent reviews, you'll see that, the 13900 KF beats the 7950X in many things, but not in 3D. If you have a 3D workflow as part of your plans for your PC, The 7950X is kind of beating everything right now in most 3D workflow, depending on the application. So something to consider for the rest of these is that you do have Amazon gift cards, which are while supplies last. So starting here with the system for $15.99, you don't just get that $50 off with code RDY. You get an additional $50 Amazon gift card that could go towards an additional kit of RAM to make it 32 gigs, more storage, things like that. Above that, you're getting $100 on these two systems here on an Amazon gift card. And then these top of the line systems get $200 Amazon gift cards to kind of help soften the blow. So if we actually take the $300 off of each of these systems, you're looking at $33.99 for a 13900KF and 4090 system. $33.99. That's going to be hard to beat. That's going to be very hard to beat. Let's take a look at the configurator deals that they have here. These are going to be deals you can find if you're building a custom system, and they're going to be pre-configured configurator systems that you can adjust, but you may adjust away from some of the options that are giving you these discounts. So we're looking at the Intel Gaming PC DDR5 configurator with a 13700KF and a 3070, regular price being at $19.59. $18.49 is the Black Friday price with an additional 5% off coupon, which is Black Friday, no space. That's the coupon code. And then an additional gift card of $50 for Amazon. So it's not quite correct here just yet, but we can get kind of an idea of what this is going to cost. But we can take a look at some of the part choices they've made. So we went with the iBUYPOWER Raid Max Stealth mesh front panel. I mean, that's generous to say, but you can come in and just change the case for $42 to the HYTE Y60. Some decent options here for sure, and they tell you exactly how much more they're going to cost if you choose it. So there's some things to consider here. This also has a 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler. You can upgrade that if you want. So here's the thing. I'm going to be streaming this stuff on Thursday. I'm telling you guys, you need to be here for that. Just hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when I go live on YouTube. And I should have the sort of, that stream set up well beforehand so that you can get in there early. We're looking at 32 gigs of DDR5 5200, and you can upgrade that here to 5600 for $60, or, well, that's interesting. You can take off $160 by going with DDR5 6000 and a free upgrade to ADATA XPG Lancer RGB. Did something go wrong here? You never know, because you can put that additional $160 with the faster memory that you got, and you can get yourself a 3070 Ti, or heck, a 3080, because that's $143 more. So hey, just got you an upgrade to a 3080 there. This does kind of illustrate, though, the terrible pricing of the 4080. Look at that. It is literally $888 more. Here's the other thing, is you can pick and choose your motherboard right here. You can go back to a Z690 if you want to. Not really a reason to. There's not a better one here for like less. But you can also be picky about the motherboard that you get. 850 watt. Look at that. 80 plus gold certified PCIe Gen 5 is selected by default. Very interesting, considering that it's a 30 series GPU, that the default that they put here was one with a 12V PWR connector. Interesting choice, and looks like non-modular. You can't just jump through it, or you can't just jump to add to cart and just take it as it is. I definitely recommend tweaking it a little bit, but as long as you're not, like, if you start switching away from the things that say have these orange discounts on them, you will start getting away from this deal here. However, Black Friday should work on, I feel like Black Friday, that 5% off code is going to work on any system, any custom system. So you should be able to do that, but that's me guessing. Don't take my word for that. Now we're looking at one with a DDR4 configurator with a 12400F and a 3060 Ti for $1389, and then 5% off of that. That is a great deal. No gift card though. This one has a 5600G and a 3060. But yeah, I probably wouldn't go for that one. But this one here, 7900X and a 3080. If you want to get into that Ryzen ecosystem and you want to have that upgrade path down the line, $2299 minus that 5% off and a $100 Amazon gift card. Let's take a look at what HYTE has to offer. This is HYTE. This is, they are a their sub brand for iBUYPOWER, separate company there, but under the same under the same hat, basically. If you've been eyeballing a Y60 case for a DIY project, right now is a great, Black Friday is going to be a great time to get one. Actually, it's right now, from the 15th to the 28th. It's already been going. All these deals right here on HYTE's website have been going already. The Y60 case, normally $200. A lot of that is a good chunk of that is the PCIe Gen 4 riser cable that you're required to use. Down to $159, 20% off the Y60 case of the year, right there. If you want to do a small form factor system, I can tell you I built in the Revolt 3. It was awesome. You can get it with or without the 700 watt, 80 plus gold, fully modular SFX PS power supply. You can get that one for $100 without the power supply, or $129 with the power supply. That is 35% off the largest discount they have for their Black Friday sale. Yeah, triple fan pack, okay, $20. And the HG10, that's their headset. It is a nice headset. They gave me one of those to mess with a little bit. Another nice price right here, 30% off, another big discount. The other biggest discount is on their water bottle, which I actually got one of them right here, and it's, I mean, I've also got the, or I had the LTT water bottle. I left it on a plane. We were kind of being rushed out of the plane, but it feels very similar in quality, has the same sort of like unscrew top thing there that stays on there. Really, really nice water bottle for $15. Now we're going to talk about Skytech. I will tell you guys right now, the other parts of this video are going to be a lot faster because we're not going through individual stuff, but iBUYPOWER and Skytech gave me a lot to work with. Now with Skytech, I might not go over the Cyber Monday deals. What I'm going to try to do is next week, we're going to try to get the video out Sunday night for Cyber Monday. Okay, and that one's going to be about Cyber Monday and beyond. But let's go ahead and just pull the curtain back on all of these deals from Skytech. Now, this is what I was talking about before. The channel here means the channel that you would get it through, right? Skytech means through the website directly. Then you have Newegg here, Best Buy, and Amazon as three other options here for one system each. I mean, we're starting at prices of $579 for a system here. It's a 10105F processor, Intel 10th gen with a GTX 1650 for $580. So a little starter system, you get a first system for your kid, something like that. That's a real full-on GPU. Is it a powerful GPU? Not really, but you can do some 1080p gaming on that. Now, one thing about the Skytech deals, Swarm. Swarm is my code, and it may still get you a further discount over the prices you see here. SWARM. They are a strong part of Operation Code Breathorn, where you can consistently get deals using either my name or the community's name or something like that. It's for our community, and they want to make sure you guys get great deals. Now, this system's on Newegg. It is $750 after the discount. I don't have a coupon code for Newegg or Best Buy or Amazon. That's going to be a 12400F and a 3050. 1080p gaming all day long. We've got another Skytech one here for $750, also $750 right here, with a 3000 series Ryzen, a 3600, and an RTX 3060 on a B550 motherboard with that same tower cooler, 500 gig M.2 drive, and it is $780. And go ahead and try using code SWARM, see if you can get a better discount. This Best Buy system. This one is from $1,600 down to $1,300 with a 12700F and a 3070 right there. DDR4 B660 motherboard, 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler, 16 gigs of RAM, 1000 gig or 1 terabyte M.2 drive. You can also see the power supplies here. 650 watts is the minimum recommended power supply for a 3070. So they're covering all their bases here. And it's in the InWin 103 case, which is what they call their Azure system. So that one's over at Best Buy. So that's, I'm still not big on buying from a retailer, but you get a pass this time. This Skytech Azure right here is $1149 with a 5600X and a 3070. If you're just trying to game, this thing can do it 1440p, no problem, all day long. We're going to go to this one here, which is probably the craziest deal. And for those of you who looked ahead, you've already spotted this one. This is insane, okay? Because the whole problem, as I mentioned earlier, with 7000 series Ryzen was the buy-in costs was too high. B650 motherboards are out now. And Skytech is like, all right, well, how about this? A Ryzen 5 7600X and a 3060 Ti for $1,200. $1,200. 32 gigs, DDR5 5200, DDR5 system, 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. 600 watt power supply is kind of weak for this, I would say, but remember that Ryzen is more efficient than Intel. This actually makes it an incredible deal because you can later upgrade the 7600X when the 3D V-Cache versions come out, which those are probably going to be some of the best, if not the best, gaming CPUs of 2023. Oh, one terabyte M.2 drive, should mention that, 240 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler. Shadow 4 BK. Okay, so let's just click. I brought up the case right here, and it looks okay. It looks pretty good. It's mesh front panel. Actually has like dedicated diffused underglow, which is, I hope you like RGB, but you can turn that off, I'm sure. Last one, if you like the Prism 2, which a lot of people like the Prism 2 system, you have a 5800X and 6900 XT, which other than 6950 XT was AMD's top dog GPU of, and still is because they haven't released the new ones yet, of the 6000 series RDNA 2 GPUs. 32 gigs DDR4, a Gen 4 M.2 drive, 1 terabyte, a 1000 watt power supply, and this thing is $1,500. Skytech going hard in the paint for Black Friday. This is on Skytech's site, so it won't even necessarily be that price because you're going to type Swarm in the coupon code section. I'm going to hold off on the Cyber Monday thing because I did see them. They weren't that kind of, like, I wasn't too impressed with them. I'm going to hold off on reporting on those. Come to the stream on Thursday and check out the video coming out next Sunday. It's probably going to be late next Sunday, like in the evening. But come by for that. I'll do everything I can to get that video out on Sunday. Now, let's talk about other system integrators and ones that have just general discounts throughout the site or that have a specific deal. What we're going to talk about now is Phynix PC. Phynix PC coming in pretty strong for a company that started in the beginning of this year. So far, I've been hearing good things from the community, of course, and their Black Friday deal is pretty solid because you already have some good deals here. But what they did was they say, hey, you're going to get 5% off the whole site. And one thing they did was they have a Black Cyber code you can use, but also you can just use code Brayathorn if you want to let them know that you went over there because I let you know what was going on and sent you over there. And it's the same discount, 5% off. The other thing, though, you get a 1 terabyte Gen 3 M.2 drive for free with every purchase that they'll put in the system for you. The thing about Phynix PCs to remember is that they build every system on stream. Every system. It's not cherry-picked, and it's not on a volunteer basis, and you don't have to pay for it. They just do that, and that means you can chat with them, you can ask questions while your PC is being built, you can develop a rapport with the person who's building your baby, you know what I mean? And that, of course, 5%, because it's a percentage, scales with everything. So you're looking at the Siren right here, and by the way, if there's something you don't like about a system, you can request that they build it a different way. But that 5% becomes, of course, because it's a larger number here, a larger discount. And you get a 1 terabyte drive already, so you'll have 2 terabytes total of storage just because you bought during the Black Friday sale, which is going on up to the 30th. Next one we're going to talk about is PowerGPU. Now, PowerGPU is a more boutique builder. That is what they go for. That's what they do. They're well known for the quality of their builds and their strong community support and their strong customer support just in general. And what they're doing is for any pre-built, ready-to-ship PCs, they remove the labor cost for you, and you get a free mouse pad and a sweater included with the purchase. There you go. If it's a custom system, because they do have their customizer as well, the configurator, $50 labor cost, plus you get the free mouse pad with the purchase right there. So savings all around. For PowerGPU, what it seems to be it's more of a bonus for buying from them. That's more of what you're looking at. But here's the thing about PowerGPU. You want a discount? You don't need a Black Friday sale. Type my name into the coupon code section because they're part of Operation Code Brayathorn. There's your coupon. You're gonna get 50 bucks off any system on the site. 50 bucks off right there. Plus, you're gonna get free assembly basically because it's already assembled. You get a free sweater, free mouse pad, and I gotta say, like, these guys, they know how to make stuff that looks good. They really do. One thing I want to make clear is that I'm not covering everything here. Come to the stream on Thursday. Do not miss it. It's going to be on the YouTube channel. Come hang out. We're going to go over every deal that I get my hands on during that stream. You will not want to miss it. This one's special because there's sort of a mutual admiration thing going on here with AVADirect, who I only recently started to work with. AVADirect likes the way I do things. They like what I do. They appreciate my the way I scrutinize system integrators, like few other content creators do. And I like the way that they let you do so many different configuration options. There's like, what, 600 case options on this site. No one needs that many. But if they've sold a case and they can get it again, it's on there. You know, they did this system for me where we had this landing page here. And you can go here. You can even watch the video right there for the system. And come down here and configure the Braithorn mid-range gaming PC. Or you can go full top-end, high-end, like all the way like we did with mine. But we're going to have a system on here where I worked with Joseph over there, who doesn't, you know, he basically handled everything with my build, handles a lot of the tech stuff over there. I worked with Joseph over there, and we sorted out a sweet system at an awesome price. And let me tell you guys, if you have any question when it comes to a system integrator's cable management, build quality, watch that review, because I've rarely seen such good cable management. And that's because I've seen a lot of good cable management. Like it was art. It's such a, they build their PCs with so much care over there. And if you have a need, or you have a certain thing that you're like interested in, or if you're like, you just want to know what should I get, and you can't make it to one of my streams, and you're interested in AVADirect, you can just straight up call them. There's a number right here, and they will help you out. Great company to work with for this kind of stuff. And we're going to have a special system that I'm going to unveil on that Thursday stream. Okay, so don't miss that. It's going to be a Black Friday deal only. But one thing I do want to say is, if there's a system integrator I didn't mention and you would like to buy from them, like I get that. Keep in mind, you can always go to the Discord, which, as I mentioned before, is linked in the description below, and you should join that community anyway. And you can go to the coupon codes channel and find out where you can get a coupon code no matter what, whether it's Black Friday or not. And that means any system integrator you're going to, you might want to check the discount code, the coupon code channel anyway, because if you're getting a deal from them, you might be able to get an even better deal by checking for a code that I have. If you're on Ironside's website, Iron Braithorn's my code there. If you're on Zydax's website, Braithorn's my code there. And on it goes. So check that out in the description below. And what I want to know is, what are you planning on doing for Black Friday? What are you trying to get? Let me know in the comments below, and we can talk about it on Thursday's stream. I'm excited. Another thing we're going to do at the Thursday stream, let's do a Q&A. Drop your questions for me for the Q&A in the comments down below, and we'll see what we can do. That'll be fun, because then I can sort of cut that for another video. It'd be really cool to have a Q&A video. I should do that more often, actually. I should do it in general. But yeah. All right, guys, it's going to do it for this video. We have a lot of work to do this week, and we're going to have a good time. So I will see you guys on stream Tuesday, and Thursday is when the big one for YouTube is, so don't miss that. Until then, take care.